going to be a problem. Okay, there's going to be 4 of these where that's a problem. Or a question, I should say, not a problem. It's a question on the test. Okay? So you are going to have to first classify what parabola it is. Okay? So what kind of a parabola, or I shouldn't say what kind of parabola, what kind of a conic it is. What kind of a conic is this? Why is it a hyperbola? 2 squareds and a subtraction. 2 squareds and a subtraction is a hyperbola. Okay, so this is a hyperbola. And then you are going to be asked to put it back into the proper form. So in this case, because it was x squared minus y squared, I would want this form right here for that particular one. So you're going to put it into that form using your completing the squared techniques. Okay? Then you're going to be asked to graph it. Then, because you're graphing it, I'm going to ask for all the pertinent stuff that goes along with it being a hyperbola. So A, B, C, vertices, foci, asymptotes, all that stuff. Okay? It goes along with it. And there will be spaces underneath each one, and you'll fill in those pertinent information. Okay? So, let's do it. Okay? So the first thing that I would do, if this were my problem, is I would reorganize my problem. So I would write this out as, oops, I gotta get back onto the old marker. I would write this out as 16x squared minus 96x minus 9y squared plus 36y equals 36. Then I would complete the square. So over here, the first thing I would do is I would factor out a 16. Now that I've factored out a 16, now I say my green b is negative 6, which means my green b over 2 is negative 3, which means my green b over 2 squared is positive 9. With me on that? Okay. Which means in this gap here goes positive 9. But what really am I adding to the left side? Which is 144. Okay? So I have to add 144 to the other side. Because that 9 is inside that parentheses being controlled by that 16. So 16 is 144. Okay. The green then factors down to be 16 times the quantity x minus 3 squared. Okay. Then I would go to my y's. I would factor out a negative 9, which leaves me with y squared minus 4y, and then my blank. Now my red b is negative 4. My red b over 2 is negative 2. And my red b over 2 squared is positive 4. So I'm going to fill this gap with plus 4. But really, I'm subtracting 36. So I have to subtract 36 from the other side. And the red part becomes negative 9 times the quantity y minus 2 squared. Put it all together, and you've got 16 times the quantity x minus 3 squared minus 9 times the quantity y minus 2 squared equals 36 plus 144 minus 36 is 144. Do I look like my standard form of a hyperbola yet? No, because what do all standard forms of hyperbolas look like? There's two fractions, and more importantly, it's equal to 1. Equal to 1. So how do I get this one equal to 1? Divide everything by 144. So my equation now becomes x minus 3 quantity squared divided by 9 minus y minus 2 quantity squared divided by 16 equals 1. Because these 16 over 144 is 1 over 9. 144 divided by 9 is 16. How far?
Get the green final and the red final. So 16 x minus 3 squared and negative 9.
The 16 came from there. That's what I factored out. And this trinomial factors to be that. Okay. The three key numbers here, this number is what goes in there and fills that gap. This number is what goes in that factored form, which is why we find those three key numbers. Correct.
And B is the middle number.
B is this number right here. Yep. Okay. So let's graph this hyperbola now. What do I start with? Graphing a hyperbola. Okay, where's the center? 3, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, center right there. Okay. Then what? Okay, and that does me what?
Square root of 9 is the x-axis. So you're going like 3 over.
From the center, so I go, that gives me what? Then give me,
The box.
gives me the left and the right side of my box. Yep, so A here is 3. Okay, then what? B is what? So B is 4. Then we can make our box. Exactly. Then what? The diagonals of the box are my asymptotes. Yep. Okay. Then what? Do I get those equations right away too? One asymptote is y equals 4/3 x minus 2. The other one is y equals negative 4/3 x plus 6. Easy to do because this diagonal or the box, the side of the box was right on the y-axis. So we had.
So we kind of use what the line goes through for the wire and the center is on the box is on the line.
Or the center is on the line. The y-axis, and that's just the line. Okay. Okay. What else do we need? We need vertices. Which direction does this hyperbola open? Left, right, up, down? You tell me. Don't just guess.
Left, right.
Left, right, what? It's x squared minus y squared. So it opens left, right. So that means my vertices are here and here. So my vertices would be at 0, 2 and 6, 2. I can draw it in. I got one last thing, right? Here, get my foci, right? What's the formula that I use? A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So that's going to be 9 plus 16 equals C squared. So 25 is C squared. So C is 5, right? Okay. Which means I go out 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a foci. And there's a foci. So my foci are at the points negative 2, 2 and 8, 2. Anything else that we need? I think that's it for a hyperbola. Yeah? Yes, sir.
How did you get the lines?
There and there.
Yeah.
Or there and there.
No, I meant how did you get the on the fraction line?
On the oh, so like up here, when I divide it by 144 everywhere to get it equal to 1, 16 over 144 is 1 over 9. Yep. And 9 over 144 is 1 over 16. Yep. Oops. So that's okay, like, because it's what now? The one, yeah, the ones that we want the one gone. Yep. Okay. Let's try one on your own. Graph that conic. First off, what kind of a conic is it? It's a circle. Why is it a circle? There's two squared terms, right? The leading coefficients are the same, and we're adding. Okay, so there's 3 checks. Okay, number of squared terms, Lead coefficients, add or subtract. Okay? So I would reorganize this one in x squared plus 16x plus y squared minus 10y equals positive 11 form. Okay? Then my b over here would be 16. My b over 2 would be 8. My b over 2 squared would be 64. So I am going to add 64 there, which means I am going to add 64 there, which means this part becomes x plus 8 quantity squared. Mean x times, I really don't know what you're saying here in this one. Like, well, yeah, because this trinomial, to make it be a perfect square trinomial, which is why we complete the square, okay, I have to have 64 there. And then, which means then that this is x plus 8 times x plus 8. Okay? I can't go one more step further and go x plus 4 times something else, because then it wouldn't be a perfect square. Okay? Okay? B, then, is negative 10. B over 2 is negative 5. B over 2 squared, then, is 25. So I am going to add 25 here, which means I have to add 25 there. And this one factors down to be y minus 5 quantity squared. Now, since you guys said that this was a circle, I can go right to x plus 8 quantity squared plus, bless you, y minus 5 quantity squared equals 11 plus 64 plus 25 is 100. Okay? So, with this being a circle, where is the center? The center is at negative 8 comma 5. What is the radius? No. 10. Square root of 100 is 10. Yep. Okay. So I go to negative 8, 2, 4, 6, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm going to cheat. And I'm going to make it be bigger. Okay? Now I should move this. Put it inside. There we go. Oops. Put it all inside, then we can see it. Okay? Questions on that one? That's it for that one, because circles, there's really nothing to them. Centers and radiuses is all you need. Yep. Yep. Okay. Try that one. All right. What would you do first?
No clue.
Add 15 to the other side.
How are you going to spread it out? Keep the y's on the left side, right? But what are you going to do with the x and the number? Move it over. Because what shape is this? It's a parabola. Okay? And so the parabolic form here is y minus k quantity squared equals 4p times x minus h, right? So the y's, if you'll notice, the y's are all on the left side, so keep the y's on the left side. Y squared minus 10y with my gap is going to equal positive 20x plus 15. Alright, so now we got to complete the square on the left side. So what's my b? Negative 10. So b over 2 is negative 5. b over 2 squared is 25. So I've got to add 25 here, which adds 25 there. Left side becomes y minus 5 quantity squared. Right side becomes 20x plus 40. Does it look like my form yet? No. What do I got to do? Factor out on the right side. What am I going to factor out? 20. Okay? So then this becomes y minus 5 quantity squared equals 20 times the quantity x plus 2. Does it look like my form now? Yeah. Okay. So now we can go through and we can graph this bad boy. We said it was a parabola, right? Okay, so what's the vertex? Negative 2, 5. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. What else do I need for a parabola? Okay, which way does this one open? Which way? It's only going to open one direction, so it's either up, down, left, or right. To the right. It's y squared is left and right. Positive number there gets me its opening right. Okay, what else do I need? Okay, I need my focus. Where's my focus going to be? The 4p is what thing? 4p equals 20. So p is 5. So I got to go 5 spots to the right from my vertex. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is my focus. Okay. So my focus is at the point 3, 5. Directrix is 5 the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my directrix is x equals negative 7. We need the width. What's the width of this parabola? The width is 20. So that's 10 each way, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 10 down through the focus. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 up through the focus. one more thing. Axis of symmetry. Okay? Questions on that? Okay. That's your quiz. Those are 3 examples of 3 problems from your quiz tomorrow. You're going to look exactly like that and then ask you all of those questions afterwards. Okay? Alright? I would treat tonight's homework like your quiz tomorrow, as your first run on your quiz tomorrow. Okay? Alright? So this one is due tomorrow. It is literally 4 problems. It's 37, 39, 41, and 43. It's exactly like, yep. It's, here's the equation, graph it, find all the other stuff. Okay? Now, it doesn't say you have to find all the other stuff on it, but I would, just as preparation for your quiz tomorrow, because tomorrow on your quiz, you're going to have to find all the other stuff.